NFL playoffs are here, and this matchup on Wild Card Weekend is brought to you by EA Sports. Hold on tight. We're in for an exciting one. Coming up next.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store, as it'll be our visitors taking on our home team. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini.
It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their 8th-year quarterback.
And he comes into these playoffs bringing a team that's been battle-tested, won the division, and earned the home playoff game here in round 1. But every year they know that a division champ, it feels like, gets beat. They don't want to be that team. They have to avoid the overconfidence and make sure they play the same way they played during the regular season, mistake-free and with passion.
It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. He'll drop to throw. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The 13 yards that time of the first.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
Now a first carry here for the running back. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Second down and 6 now. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. They bring their punter out there now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. .35 yards that time on the punt. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a first-round pick back in April's draft.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against the secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Hamlet, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
He's into space past the 25, and he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. And what a big-time play there. 52 yards.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
So first and goal, and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game.
Off the option, he'll try and run with it.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
And he'll decide to keep this once more.
And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. They'll try to run this one in. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
One word comes to mind to me after that last play, and that's alert. That defense took a chance guessing the snap count, and they were so right. Got great push up front, and that forces 4th and goal.
And this one is right through.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll set up a throw.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 4.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
The drive had started well after a punt last time. Now it's slowed down a bit, and let's face it, they don't want to punt the ball in back-to-back series. They want a sustained drive on this one.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down.
And on now is the punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. No gain on the play there. Second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Hamlet, and he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be a call to the punt team as it's fourth down.
But he got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now back to throw. Flushed out right. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big third down play, and he did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
And they'll send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Now a handoff up the middle. Hamlet, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. Up the middle they go. Hamlet, and he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
So possession goes over here on the punt.
This offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
So far they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now sometimes if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Here is 3rd and 5.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Over the middle, complete. That's Grant. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. 3rd and 4.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a 1st down.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Automatic 1st down.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
2nd and 5 at the 16-yard line.
And he rifles one incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And his kick here is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing middle, and it's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. 3rd and 7 now. Under pressure, and down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
So they bring out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Grant. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. That is caught. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And his guys have taken the lead. Well, he didn't find the end zone a whole lot in his rookie campaign, but he's got himself a touchdown here in the playoffs.
And we know the guys on the other side of the field were hoping that he would be intimidated by playing in the postseason, but they can just let that go because he's as confident as they come. And I know that he believes that that's the first of many playoff touchdowns that he's going to have as his career progresses.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call it down at the 44. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got his man in stride, complete. This 2nd and 4. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Hamlet. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 20-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Second and 14. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. They'll set up to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They'll start on the ground here on first down.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wild card matchup as we send you to Orlando to check in with John.
Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's third down.
Can't get away, and he's taken down.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this out past the 45 and the 47. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
At the 36-yard line.
Back to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. They'll run on first down. Redmond. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 26-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
He's going to be marked down very close to the first down marker, but it looks like he's a yard short. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal.
That's kind of an interesting decision. 1-score game, 3rd quarter. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm willing to go out on the limb on this one and go for it. And here's why. If I set it up right now and go get the touchdown, I'm in firm control of this ball game, and my team has a ton of confidence. If I don't get it, hey, I rely on my defense. If somehow they go downfield on me and score, so be it. I want to be in control and in firm control right now.
So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And the defensive penetration there blew that play up and got him 2 points.
How about how they got off at the snap of the football, got upfield into the backfield, and created the big play? That's the key to everything.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20.
On the return, Johnson
dancing away at the 30.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, they've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger. And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off. He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good.
So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports, as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this 4th quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. 2nd down. That's out to the left flat and complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Back to throw. Buying time to his, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Up the middle go. Hamlin. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. 16 yards, a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Back to throw now on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And this offense on third down today, as bad as you can be, 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Okay, so thought they might go for it here, down late. Instead, they trot out the field goal unit. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And his kick is good. And the lead is down to 9. It's 15-6. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call. They're opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Staying on his feet. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And they bring their punter out there now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. So from the 37, here's 2nd down and 1. Now a handoff up the middle. Hamlin. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. He'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he can't escape, and down he goes. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. So they need 2 yards here on third down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
And he's got his man on the out route. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking middle, and that's complete.
Big play looming here. This is 3rd and 7 with a crowd on their feet. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
And his kick is good. And that'll move them back within 6 now. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
Illegal touching. Offense.
A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tam.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And that one will go down in the books as just a 1-play drive and then 3 points tacked on to the end of it.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The situation for them offensively as follows. Down by 6, 1:13 to play. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Well, this crowd making it hard to hear. This is 3rd and 8.
Back to throw.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. Well, one win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.
So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody.